Take one. Go ahead.
Take one. We don't get multiple takes. Oh, sorry. Hi, everybody.
Not many, actually. Hi, everybody. Good day.
Yeah,
Good
it's supposed
Thursday.
to be spontaneous and off the top of our heads and from the heart.
Yeah, the teleprompter doesn't count, right?
No, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Because I can't count and I can't see that far. And I'm too vain to wear my glasses on camera.
We're off to a good start already.
We are. Oh, hi, everybody.
Okay, so what's today?
Well, first of all, welcome to Getting Back to Me, Both Sides of the Story with Mercy and Scottie. First of all, we're just a couple of days after the Women's March. Wow.
Yeah, we went up and marched in Oakland with some dear friends that we love and know up there. And it was amazing. I don't know if I could say anything that hasn't already been said, but I don't know how many people have actually said that the marches were joyful, which is a word that kept occurring to me. People were happy and having fun, and babies were being bounced on shoulders or walking in their strollers, and people were taking photographs of each other because they were just damn cute or had a great sign. And so people talk about how it was peaceful and there wasn't any violence.
It was festive.
It was way beyond not violent. It was happy.
Mm-hmm.
And people were united, and it really bugged me when even I heard some women commentators going, yeah, but I don't think they really had a purpose. I mean, it seemed like it was really scattered and they had so many different things that they were marching for. Yes, all under the banner of women's rights. And
because so many of them are under fire.
Yeah. So, of course, it's a list. It is a list, and we were marching for the list. And it's okay to have several reasons why you want to make a point.
Totally. Well, and as I wrote in Raised by Wolves this week, none of the criteria that we were marching under was being used to judge us. This whole other set of criteria that's used to judge things that men make was used to judge us, and that's why it was just like it flew off our backs. Like, we don't care. We don't even care if people didn't get it, because upwards of 3 million people around the world stood up. That's it. If you don't get anything else.
Factual figures, by the way.
Right. They're not alternative facts. Anyways, so I feel like I just swam in love.
Yeah.
We swam in love for 4 days. It was just absolutely amazing. The two most gorgeous Davies who just deliciously soothed our soul just by being with us. It was just a giant hug of the soul. It was refreshing.
And so. I'd like to thank the men who also supported and marched and were there with their pink hats and their babies and their wives or their girlfriends or their daughters, or who took care of the home so that their women could march. But because it keeps getting called a women's march, I think the men don't get recognized enough, who are definitely our supporters and understand and care. And
how about the cops wearing the pink hats?
I know.
That was awesome.
Two pink pussy hats.
Awesome.
And smiling.
Yeah, no, they were proudly wearing them. Yeah.
Police were great and helpful and warm and happy also. They were there to serve. And they weren't afraid.
Yeah.
I think they really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And also really happy to see all the young people. I mean, babies are one thing, but even, 10-year-olds that were holding signs and they knew what they meant.
Yeah.
And that they're the next generation coming up. Whatever we're going to go through now, this narrow part of the river, I'm excited to know that we will be in good hands.
Totally.
And that they're getting educated now.
Yeah, by loving parents.
Whew. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow. Well, as you know, every week we read a little section from my book, Getting Back to Me, Both Sides of the... Getting Back to Me from Girl to Boy to Woman in Just 50 Years.
Forgot the title of your own book?
No, I didn't forget the title. That's the title of this vlog. Anyway,
yeah.
And we're marching our way forward. We're all the way up to chapter 33.
We're getting there.
This is episode 39, by the way. Crazy, right?
Cool.
This episode is called My Dinner with Anthony. And Anthony was a long-time friend of ours from even before we moved up to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
We worked together in production and basically shared dreams back in San Diego. And we finally did it. We finally put one over the fence. We pitched and sold a children's TV series, and it was a dream come true for us. And we threw everything we had at it, and it was lovely. And our friendship was never stronger. And so coming out to him was really important. I was very apprehensive about it. I wanted to get it right. He had just married an absolutely amazing woman who's a dear friend of ours. And so I had a lot of... It was more than just a friend. He's family. Because we had been so fused together through production and creativity. Mm-hmm. There was a lot riding on this. It was awkward and weird, but in a good way. So we had dinner, and this is what happened. Anthony had had time to settle down and tries to step lightly as he quenches his curiosity. He asks about, well, my plans for my body. This invasion into my privacy is followed with a compliment. I mean, you certainly don't need it, do you? You're beautiful, and that's not what this is about, but, you know. I smile. He's such a guy. Lydia, his new wife, is looking for a hole to crawl into, but he's also so respectful and innocent with this question. I shrug, and I say I need to borrow from Laverne Cox.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema, girls walking in.
He says, okay, well then I have one more question. Do you sit down to pee?
Right. So I'm realizing we didn't take down our chimes, and it's windy again, so I guess we either have to speak up or take down the chimes. But I'm okay with speaking up if you are.
We're going to put a pause here. I'm going to take down the chimes.
Do you want me to? All right. This message brought to you by my pony. We should get him a pink pussy hat.
He needs pink pussy hat.
Okay, welcome back.
Hi, welcome back.
I don't know.
Okay.
He sits down to pee, though.
He sits down to pee. So, yeah, the reason why I wanted to talk about this particular section of this chapter is that this is something that every trans person, both trans men and trans women, face, which is this entitled invasion into our privacy. And it's usually kind of just the same way that Anthony did. It's pushed off with, well, I'm just curious, as if that's supposed to excuse an invasion like that. And it isn't an invasion. It's, you know, we try so hard to be open and be respectful, but it's a bizarre set of rules that all of a sudden is okay.
Yeah. Well, on the understanding side of it, I think this whole topic is just really new and confusing to a lot of people. Like, what is trans? I don't get it. Does it mean you do this? How do you feel about that? If you really are a woman, does that mean ... I can kind of see that it's a way to wrap their head around something that they completely don't understand. To use a phrase I'm already so sick of because the news media uses it like 50 times a day. That being said...
I feel so real.
It's true, but it's also like nobody stops to think.
Right.
Like, how might this question be taken? Or how would I feel if somebody asked me this question? Or And we've often likened it to things like looking at a woman who might be wearing kind of bulky clothes and saying, how long have you been pregnant? Or reaching out to touch the belly of a pregnant woman just because suddenly, it's the same thing, right? It's like you'd never reach out and touch the belly of a woman who's just walking down the street and looks thinnish or doesn't look like they have a baby bump. As soon as there's anything that resembles a baby bump, all bets are off, and I get to reach out and touch you. So I really feel like it's very much the same as that, except that there's that whole added layer of, since I just don't get this, it's up to you to help me feel comfortable with what you're going through.
Right. Well, yes, thank you. That's a way more eloquent way than I would have put it. I think what...
Nobody asks me if I sit down to pee. In fact, I've been really proud to brag about the times I've had to stand up to pee. Well, sometimes bathrooms in public places are
require greater muscle control.
Well, yeah,
Boy,
more available
sure.
in the men's
Something
room.
I'm learning.
I'm using the urinal. I don't care. I'm getting back to the movie. Shh, don't tell.
Well, and thank you. I think the dichotomy from the trans person's side of things is like, we're kind of, we have a war of feelings instantly smashing together. One of them is like, oh my God, you just made me other. Your question, your curiosity, and the I hate this word too, entitlement, because now it's got so much judgment to it, but it's true. Your feeling that it's completely possible to ask that question of me right now without the ramifications of it is dehumanizing.
Well, what just hit me is it's almost like they're saying, well, since you've already told me that you're other, I get to
treat you like other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You opened the door, you came out, so now that you're out here, you're making yourself available to me to ask questions.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other side of it. That there's a desire to want to be understood. There's and
the desire for them to understand.
I'm just talking about the trans woman's,
right.
Trans man's point of view at this point.
Yeah.
Because you eloquently stated that side. We can sense when people don't understand. I can sense in you when you still, like when I say something to you or tell you about my feelings, I can sense that you're still going, don't quite get it. Not understanding it and not trying to understand it are two different things. Okay? So, from most of our perspective, and again, it's really dangerous to say all of us think this way, but from most of us agree that if your intention is pure and you really are lovingly trying to make a connection, we'll meet you halfway. We will forgive the bulkiness and clunkiness of it. Specifically because if it wasn't for Laverne Cox, we wouldn't have an eloquent or elegant way of saying, are you out of your freaking mind? Right? She does it so much more beautiful than we could ever do. And I really wanted Anthony to understand my journey. I tell him everything anyways. This is the one thing, the thing that always used to get me, and I finally was able to say this out loud to you, is like, well, this is a fine thing to not tell me about. I thought we were completely honest. Two people in a lifetime together are going to share a couple of oceans worth of information and truth about each other. So wasn't dishonest. I just, of the gazillion things that I could share with you, I just didn't share this one over here that I hadn't figured out how to share with you. Right? That's true of even the people that are close to us. They're not our blood or love relationships. But with Anthony, I wanted to tell him, but I also wanted him to understand that that was the wrong way of looking at it. And what we're learning as we get further on, and especially with the lectures, what we're doing, people still don't understand. They think that this is a lifestyle choice.
Choice being the operative word.
Choice, and that keeps coming up, and I keep thinking, when will that go away? But even my own doctors, who are transgender doctors, still are, I know this is what I'm supposed to say for this choice that she's made. I'm like, okay, I'm getting what I need, right? I'm getting the hormones that I need, and I'm getting, all the other support surgeries, etc. I'm getting that, but it still comes in this weird package of somebody not truly understanding it. And it doesn't matter if I understand. Well, it sort of does. But anyways, I think it's why we place so much attention on this, because it stops that conversation again. It stops the love.
And I think it's why we do this here, because we feel like so many of you are allies, and that it's also something that you can carry forward in your conversations and observations with other people, or also feel free to ask us more questions about. That,
absolutely.
We have a two-way street here. So
yeah, we've already been told that there's some people who are sharing our video blogs with people that they hear are
confused.
Their child is transgender, or they're
right.
They need to figure out how to tell their mom that they are transgender. So
or we
that's
get
really,
approached. Could you please talk to my relative, my spouse?
It's
whatever.
we
cool.
we never ever have a problem doing that.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at speaking on behalf of.
Yeah.
So
my pony thinks it's time for us to maybe wrap it up.
Your pony's got quite an attitude for hanging out in the office all day.
So cute.
I love that I can give you a present still after 28 years of marriage that still gives you so much joy. This was the Christmas present I forgot to give to Marcy.
Yeah.
It was a week later.
More than a week.
Yeah.
Way more than a week.
I
It's like,
forgot
oh,
where
wait,
I
I forgot.
I forgot where I'd hidden
And this
it.
was like almost the best. It was like, oh, so he was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah. But that means you got a second Christmas.
Yep.
Anyways,
remember
to radiate
light, laughter, and love.
Thanks for watching.
No matter what's going on.
And march on.
And light, laughter, and love doesn't mean you're a wuss, though.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
March on.
March on.